Some people start life with advantages, support, money, opportunities. But some start with absolutely nothing. No safety net, no connections, no one believing in them. This is the story of a boy who had none of it. A boy who went to bed hungry more nights than he could count, who heard people say he would never become anything. But there was one thing they didn't understand about him. He had nothing, but he refused to lose the fight. In a small, forgotten neighborhood on the edge of a crowded city lived a boy named Amir. His house was barely standing. The roof leaked every time it rained, and the electricity worked only when luck allowed it. His father worked long hours doing labor no one else wanted. His mother stretched every coin like it was gold. Most days, Amir walked to school wearing the same worn-out shoes with holes in the soles. Other kids noticed. They laughed. But Amir didn't complain, because deep down, he had a quiet belief. One day, his life would be different.
But belief alone doesn't make life easier. Many mornings, Amir went to school with an empty stomach. Some nights, he studied under a weak streetlight because the power in his house had been cut again. And sometimes, the weight of reality felt crushing. His classmates talked about new phones, new clothes, vacations. Amir talked about surviving the week. Teachers didn't expect much from him. Neighbors whispered things like, "Kids from here never make it. You should be realistic. You'll end up like everyone else." Those words echoed in his mind. But instead of breaking him, they lit a fire. Because every time someone told him what he couldn't do, he quietly told himself, "Watch me." Amir started doing something most people around him didn't. He kept learning, not just in school, anywhere he could. Old books from trash piles, free lessons from the internet at a small cafe that had Wi-Fi, late nights reading while the city slept. He knew something many people forget. You don't need perfect conditions to grow. You just need determination. While others relaxed, Amir worked. While others slept, Amir studied. While others complained, he prepared. Years passed, and the struggle didn't magically disappear. There were days he wanted to give up, days he felt invisible, days he wondered if everyone else was right. But every time doubt showed up, he remembered where he started, and he pushed forward. One step, one lesson, one day at a time.
Then came the moment that changed everything. A scholarship opportunity appeared at his school. It was small. Only one student would be chosen. Hundreds applied. Most students had better resources, better backgrounds, better everything. Except one thing. They didn't have Amir's hunger. When the results were announced, the entire room fell silent. The name they called surprised everyone, including Amir. He had won. For the first time in his life, a door opened. Not because of luck, but because he had spent years preparing when no one was watching. Success didn't happen overnight after that. There were still struggles, still failures, still moments where life tested him again. But now, Amir understood something powerful. Your starting point does not decide your ending. Your mindset does. Many people wait for perfect conditions, perfect timing, perfect opportunities. But people who win create their own path. They turn pain into fuel, doubt into motivation, and obstacles into stepping stones. Amir had nothing, but that nothing became his greatest strength. Because when you've already faced the worst, you stop being afraid. Years later, Amir walked through the same neighborhood where he grew up, the same broken roads, the same small houses. But now, kids looked at him differently. Not because he became famous, not because he became rich, but because he became proof. Proof that your environment doesn't define you. Proof that struggle doesn't mean the story is over. And proof that sometimes the strongest people in the world are the ones who started with absolutely nothing. Amir smiled as he passed the old streetlight where he once studied, because that light had seen something no one else believed in. A boy with empty pockets, but an unbreakable spirit. If this story inspired you, remember this. Your circumstances don't decide your future. Your decisions do. And if you're fighting your own battle right now, don't quit, because the strongest stories are written by people who refuse to give up. Subscribe for more powerful stories
that remind you what you're truly capable of.